Hello. Hello everyone. My name is Rosie321 and today we're reading 3 scary stories. The stories in this video come from Reddit and online sources. Some may be true, exaggerated, or completely fictional, but either way, they make for some pretty creepy late night reading. Some of these stories may not be for everyone, so viewer discretion is advised. Thank you, and let's get straight into it. My big brother used to have an imaginary friend, and he would always play with him, but sometimes he would say, "Stop, leave me alone," or "No, I don't want to go to my room to play." My mommy would ask him, "What's going on?" And he would say, "He won't leave me alone." Of course, my mom had no idea what he was talking about. I thought it was just him being a kid with an imaginary friend. Well, a day after my brother's birthday, he had these balloons, and keep in mind my brother is just a little kid, and he's obviously not tall, so he couldn't reach the plates, knives, forks, anything like that. It was around 10 to 11 p.m. and my mom heard the balloons pop, so she went outside and my brother looked really scared, so my mom asked him, "What's happened? Did you pop the balloons?" My mother said, freaking out, "No, it was him," pointing to his imaginary friend that my mom obviously couldn't see. My mom saw the knife next to the balloons and immediately knew that he was too short to reach any of those things, so she said, "Get out of my house," to my brother's imaginary friend. Since my mom couldn't see him, she asked my brother if he left already, and he said he had left and thanked my mom. Later, about 10 to 15 minutes later, my cousins came over, and my cousin said that saw a woman in all white with her hair in front of her face in the front door. My brother said that was his mom, and she opened the door. My cousins were already inside and asked my brother if she was still there, and my brother said yes and that she was mad. She started to yell for her to get out, and then she asked my brother if she was still here, and he said no. My brother is now 19 and says he still sometimes sees him in his mirror. This next story takes place back around 2010, when I was 12. My 2 best friends and I, along with a few other kids in the neighborhood that were also our age, often rode bikes and explored around the neighborhood. Whenever we rode bikes, we started to notice this older, white sedan, around a late 90s model, that would follow us around the neighborhood no matter what street we turned on. It would always go very, very slow and never stop following us. They wouldn't turn in at a house or anything. This went on for several months, and one day one of my friends was able to get the license plate, and that friend's parents contacted the police. The police came out and got information from us. When they looked up the plate, it did not match the car. So with the behavior of the person in the car, the fact that the license plate didn't match the car, it was possible that the person driving the car was trying to kidnap one of us and had a stolen plate. We never were able to figure out who this person was, and to this day, 13 years later, I still think about this situation and wonder what their intentions were, especially when I'm alone, walking around the neighborhood. I just wonder if they're still out there somewhere, and I hope they're not stalking anyone else. This last story is possibly the creepiest one on this list. Now, I've had many experiences, but I'll tell you the one that freaked me out because I wasn't the only witness. I was about 12 years old and I was talking with my dad in his room. My mom was in the closet with the lights off, but we would clearly see her folding clothes. Well, during me and my dad's conversation, he had asked my mom something, but to no reply. He eventually got to the point where he started to yell. I got up and stepped into the closet, but then I heard my mom walk into the room and ask why he was yelling her name. I looked at her and she had a towel wrapped around her. I quickly looked back into the closet and saw nothing. Absolutely nothing. This obviously creeped me and my dad out. Whatever he saw, it wasn't my mom. Whatever it was, it had her shape and even the bun. My mom always had her hair in a bun. I would have completely thought this was my imagination if it weren't for my dad always also being there and seeing it too. This has been the first video in what I might make a series. But for now, that is all the stories I have for you tonight. Thank you, and good night.